Sahana bhavatu sahano bhunaktu saha veeryam karavavai tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Paarthaaya-pratibodhitaayai Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyaasena-grathitaayai Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatiim Ashadashatyayiniim Ambatvam-anusanpadami Bhagavad-Gita Bhagavad-Vedini Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marudaha Sunvanti Divyai Savai Vedai Sangapada-kramo Panishadai Jayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam na vidussura suragana Devaya tasmai namaha Devaya tasmai namaha. This is the second talk. We have covered first two names of the 108 names in the first talk. Om Bhagavad-Gitaayai Namah, Srimad Bhagavad-Gitaayai Namah, and Krishna Amrita Vanyai Namah. These two have been covered. 108 names of Gita. Bhagavad-Gita is the mother. Ambatvam anusantatami Bhagavad-Gita Bhavadveshini. Bhavadveshini, one who is the destroyer of all changes. And mother always is most loving and understanding the problem. That's why if the boy or the girl, whoever it be, problem is that they go to mother home. Money chahiye to pita ke paas jana. Problem solving is not father's area. The first of all, they say, you have no problem, go. I think you're thinking that you have a problem. And like Bhagavan Krishna, you think about something which is not there. But mother always says, oh, you have a problem? Okay, let us see what can be done. So here we are coming to the the third name, Paarthaaya-pratibodhitaayai Namah. Paarthaaya-pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Right? Swayam Narayanena Kathitam. So this knowledge is given to Partha at the battlefield. Who knows? We have to understand who is Partha. Let us start from there. His mother's name was Pritha. Shurasena, the Yadava king, had two children. One is Pritha, another is Vasudeva. These are the two sons of, or the children of, of Shurasena. But Shurasena's sister son was Kumbhoja. Kumboja is, Kunti Bhoja was the sister's son. He did not have any children. So Shurasena has given his daughter to him. That's why she became Kunti. So that is how Krishna and Arjuna are related. So she became Kunti. And very well, she is known as only Kunti. Only Bhagavan calls many times as Partha, because the original name is Prataputraha Partha, Kunti Putra Kaunteya. And so Kunti was very well cultured girl. And Kunti Bhoja had always relied on her when it comes to hospitality. So he always asked her to take care of any rishi or muni who comes and to serve the Mahatmas. So she was very, very sincere, dedicated in doing that. And it so happened once that Durvasa came. Durvasa is always ready to test the people. You know, he doesn't even spare Bhagavan also. He wanted to test how sincere this girl is. Somebody is missing. Okay. You can come here, it will be easier. Because if somebody sleeps, I know. No? So when Durvasa came, he said, I'm going to take a dip in the river, and by the time I come back, there should be hot food. So you and I, what we do? Oh, it will take time. I will go there and take a dip. So, but he came back within 5 minutes. So it is like that. You know? And he came so fast, so quickly, but she was ready. She was ready with the very, very hot, steaming food and served him. You come this side, otherwise I can't see. So they was very pleased by her, you know, ability, agility, and also her alertness. He gave her Diksha, Mantra Diksha, saying that these are the powers of the gods. Once you have them, you get their blessings. That's all he said. And he went on his way. She became curious. You know, whenever we get something like Amazon, you know, package came, and you have not ordered it, phone diya hai, or gift you receive, you will not wait till the end of the event. You go and open it and see what it is. He said, mantra is given, and he said, you will get the power of that. You know, what is it? So let me test it. So she tested first one, which is on Surya. And then Surya Bhagavan appeared immediately. So what do you want? Suddenly when you ask me, how do I know what I want? I don't want anything. No. Once you have appeared, you have to take something from me. She was very hesitant to ask anything. He said, then I'll give you a son. Finished. And he disappeared. So she got the son, who is Kavachakuntala and with all his ornaments. What do we do with this? She's not even married. So she, with a heavy heart, she had to let him go, and that was Karna. He put him on the river, and he was taken care by some charioteer, and then he became a charioteer's son eventually. And she was very heartbroken that this is what I did, so now I have to be very careful. So this way, later on, she was married to Pandu, as you all know, and then the Pandu was cursed by sage Kindama, later on, that he was cursed. And there's a big story in Mahabharata, is full of such stories. And if this curse is, if he touches his wife, he will die. He has two wives, Madri and Kunti. And it so happened that one occasion, he was going closer to Madri and he died. So, before that, Kunti, so then Kunti and Madri, both of them did not have children. And before he died also, he told Kunti, anyway, I cannot have child with you. And he came to know about the powers that she had. So he said, why not you create children? So with the help of Dharma, she created Dharmaputra. With Vayu Bhagavan, she created Bhima. And with the help of Indra, she created Arjuna. Then Pandu said, Madhuri, anyway, she does not have the power like you. So why not you create for her also? So actually Kunti created Nakula and Sahadeva with the power of Ashwini Kumaras and gave to Madhuri. And then finally when Pandu died, Madhuri also said, I am not going to live, and she also died. Now she took care of all the 5 kids. So that is how she happened to have Pancha Pandavas. So this is the story about Pritha. Pritha means Prithvi Janita. She is representing Prithvi, the earth. Now if you look at it symbolically, earth is one which is continuously supported by Vayu. Vayu Tattva is there, Agni Tattva is there, Prithvi Tattva is there in the Prithvi, obviously. Jala Tattva is there, Akash. I mean, earth does not mean physical earth, the entire matter. So, but at the same time, what is necessary for this earth to be integrated is Dharma. Without the Dharma, it is said, the earth will become heavier. Because of Dharma, they become lighter. Because Adharma is that which weighs down this earth. So Indra is the ruler of all actions. And Nakula and Sahadeva representing the longevity of life, prana. So Nakula and Sahadeva are children of Ashwini Kumaras, Arjuna, the man of action, Bhima, air, and Dharma, Dharmaputra, Yudhishthira. Now the Pritha word, if you look at it carefully, it also means Prithak. Prithak means to different, to separate. And we are all those who are having individuality. So we are all Prithaha, Prithaka, Paarthaha. Because Partha means one who is suffering the individuality. Is it not true? In today's world, what the children are first taught is you are an individual person and you assert your individuality. You have to assert your individuality. In one way, it is correct in the sense that you have to find what is unique in you, what you are capable of, what you are able, what your skills are, what your knowledge is, what you are confidently able to give to the world. Yes, that is necessary. But at the same time, do not think yourself away and separate from others. As much as this physical body has got different parts of the body, no doubt each one is individually doing their work and unique. Doesn't mean they disintegrate. Meaning they don't stay away from their totality. Is it not true? Eyes are able to see and ears are able to hear, etc. But they are collectively, cohesively working for the same person. In the same way, even though we are to project our individuality, but not for our own personal benefits, but for the whole society or a community or the family or wherever we are. In the name of asserting our individuality, if we are staying away from others, then it will become a very difficult society as such. And that is what we are heading towards. Don't even know who your neighbor is. As a collectively, when we come together, we want to assert our own ideas only. You're not even ready to hear others. So our own body is a good example. Even the nature is beautiful example. Earth and water and fire and air and space. They are individual, all right. They have qualities, but they come together to make this universe. So Partha is one who is suffering this individuality. And that is the reason why he was not able to come to a conclusion about what to do. Dharma integrates. And that is what Bhagavan has to teach him. You are not fighting as an individual. You are representing the country. You are representing the whole clan. You are representing Dharma. Don't come to this war as an individual. Your individual revenge towards Karna and Duryodhana, no doubt is in place, because I know that you are angry about it. But that should not be the motive of your war. The war is for Dharma, not for revenge. So, when we take this understanding to our own life, we realize that how much our individual assertion, presently what we experience, likes and dislikes, and my strong opinion about things, my strong distaste for things, or my personal ambition, how we are separating ourselves from the world or the people around. So Bhagavan's teaching is to overcome this. Therefore, Paarthaaya, to the individual, to the person who is suffering this individuality, Pratibodhitaayai Namah. Gita is to instruct such an individual. You and I only. That's why Bhagavan's this teaching is not for a person. It is for the whole humanity, for every one of us, for all time to come. Now the interesting word, Pratibodhanam. Next word, Pratibodhanam. Pratibodhanam means Pratibodham, Bodham, Prati. In Kenopanishad, this word comes. Pratibodha viditam madam amrtatvam hi vindate atmana vindate viryam vidyaya vindate amritam. In the first chapter itself. Second chapter, I think. First or second chapter. So, Pratibodha means Bodham Prati Yat Veti. Yad Vidyate, sorry, not Veti, Vidyate is known. Bodham Prati. Bhagavan Shankaracharya beautifully puts there, Bodha Shabdena Bodhaha Pratyayaha Uchyate. That means, what is Bhagavan Krishna is teaching Arjuna? One meaning of Pratibodhanam is teaching. Another reason Pratibodhana means awakening. Pratibuddha means one who has awakened. Pratibodhanat Pratibuddha. By the teaching, one has become awake. It is said in Vedanta, we are actually having an eternal sleep. Anadi Sushupti. Anadi Sushupti means beginningless sleep. It is like when you're dreaming, you do not know when the actually dream started, right? Can you find out actually 10 o'clock it started? You will not know. When they sleep, when the dream starts, you will never know. Ending, you know. Right? When either alarm or your wife or husband, whoever it is, who's shaking you, waking you up, come on, get up, or your own mother, father, somebody is waking you up, or we should alarm. So when you wake up, you end of the sleep, end of the dream, you know, but beginning of the dream, do you know? This is called Anadi Sushupti. Sushupti here means an experience which you do not know the beginning. But there is always waking up possible. And once you wake up, you understand that was stupidity. All that I had experienced so far until now had no reality. That is called awakening. And the one who has awakened is called Buddha. Isn't it? Buddha, when you're awakened one. Anyway, coming back to the point. So, bodham prati yad vidyate tat pratibodha viditam. Now, what Bhagavan Shankaracharya writes there is, our consciousness which we are, really speaking, we are not aware of that, and we are aware of everything else. It is like in the morning when you go out to the garden, you see the plants and flowers and trees, etc. You are able to see all of them because sun is there. Do you see the sun? You see all other things and you know that there is sun. Isn't it? You don't need to see, oh, there or not. Without that you cannot see anyway. But you do not really go and look for the sun. But because of that alone, all these are possible. In the same way, we are aware of the thoughts, but we are not aware of the awareness because of which we know the thoughts. That is the reason why in Hindu tradition, first thing you have to do is early morning, go and look at the sun. Without whom, not a single living being can really exist and grow and, be useful to the world. Swamiji, I do every day in Surya Namaskar. Oh, how many times? Only once. Go out and do Namaskar and come back. Surya Namaskar as a yogasana is where you Bhaskaraya Namaha, Adityaya Namaha, you do the 12 steps of, that is different. But anyway, so just like the sun, even though we don't see in whose presence alone, all the other things I can see with my eyes, in the same way, every thought, bodha means thought, every bodham prati, every pratyaya, every thought is an object of that consciousness. So how do I find consciousness? Understand that every thought is supported by the same consciousness only. Therefore, it is written by Shankaracharya, to understand or know the consciousness is only through knowing the subject of the thought. Without the subject of the thought, you will not know the consciousness. So where is it available? In every thought. Bodham prati. See, even though with my eyes, all the things I am seeing, yet I know, without the eyes I cannot see. So how do I know I have eyes? The very fact that I'm seeing. How do I know that I'm the consciousness? Because the very fact that you are conscious. Every thought is you are aware of. In every thought it is present. In every moment of the mind you know. Every vritti that takes place in the mind, you are conscious of. Bodham prati yat vetti vidyate pratibodha viditam matam. That is why it's called Sarva Pratyaya Darshi. It is a witness of every thought that passes through your mind. So that is the reason why one need not even close the eyes to know the consciousness. With the open eye itself, you will know every thought that passes through my mind, whatever it is anger or jealousy or joy or sorrow and greed or lust or an idea, an opinion, an understanding, a belief, a doubt, a clarity, everything is blessed by the same consciousness. In 10th chapter, he says, I am Ajnanam and Jnanam both. Vidya and Avidya both. Meaning in Vidya also I am there, in Avidya also I am there. In Jnanam also there, I am Ajnanam also there. In Sukham also, in Dukkham also. In gain also, in the loss also. So, without that consciousness, this is what is being taught to us. Paarthaaya-pratibodhitaayai Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Swayam Narayana, by Lord Himself. When the Lord Himself says, you should not have any doubt. Asamshaya. There should not be any kind of doubt in your mind. You doubt only when you don't have faith in the person who's saying, right? If you have a doubt in the person, even if the person tells the truth, you will not believe it. You will not take it seriously. On the other hand, if you have a complete trust on a person, even if the person is telling a lie, you will immediately believe, why? After all, my friend is saying, after all, my mother is saying, after all, he is saying, I will believe. Gurudev used to make this joke. So that is when child was crying. So the mother was busy in the cooking. Why don't you take care of the child? She told her husband. He took him out. The young fellow was taken out. And then the fellow kept quiet immediately. Daddy, what are these clouds? What are these clouds? So the fellow, he was an engineer. So he said, this cloud, this fellow is only 2-year-old. These clouds are nothing but, the ocean. In the ocean, there is water. And the water, because of the sun's heat, gets heated up. And then evaporates and then goes up there. As it goes up, it cools down. And because of the cooling, there is all this scientific explanation there. This fellow was wondering. By the time mother came, with the food. Mommy, what is the clouds? Oh, clouds. That is, Bhagavan Indra, he is traveling there with his elephant. That is what the cloud. Yes. Daddy doesn't know this. No, you see, Daddy is giving the correct answer. But that fellow believes only in mother. Why? This fellow look intelligent but doesn't make any sense to me. So to the child, you have to tell what the child can understand. So the child trusts the person, and whatever he or she says, he will understand. If Partha is given this knowledge, and if he is Bhagavan himself, Narayanena Swayam Pratibodhitaayai, then there should not be any doubt at all. That's why he says, Shraddhavan labhate jnana. When you have faith, you get knowledge. If you don't have faith, even the correct given knowledge also, you will not get it. So, Paarthaaya, meaning what? Prithvi Putraya, for all of us. Pratibodhitaayai, to that mother, Gita, who is none other than the knowledge given by Bhagavan Krishna himself to Arjuna. So, tasmai namaha. Pratibodhitaayai tasmai namaha. Now, next one, Vyaasena-grathitaayai namaha. This is the fourth name. Vyaasena-grathitaayai. Vyaasena-grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam. Mahabharatam Madhye Grathitam. Vyasamunina. Some people chant Vyasamuninam. That's not right. Vyasamunina. By Vyasa, in the middle of the Mahabharata, this was given out. Grathita means actually compiled. Granth. Grath means to compile, to connect. So Grathita means compiled. So here Vyaasena-grathitam, because it's feminine, Grathitam. Grathitam Mahamunina. Vyaasena-grathitam Purana Munina. Purana Muni means, Purana means ancient one meaning, or we can say Purana Muni means one who has created the Puranas. Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam. The meaning of Vyasa is Vyasyati iti Vyasa. Vyasyati iti Vyasa. Vyasyati means one who compiles, edits. So therefore, Yo Vyasya Vedan Chaturaha Tapasa Bhagavan Rishi. This Vyasa is none other than the one who had compiled all the four Vedas. Loke Vyasatvam Apayate Kashnyat Krishnatvamevacha. He therefore is known as Vyasa, and because of he being dark in complexion, he is known as Krishna also. Krishna means dark also. Actually, it so happened, Parashara Muni was a great scholar and a great rishi. And once he happened to be in a place and he saw one and he had to cross a particular area of Ganges, and then he had to go to the other side. And so Ganges is not just a river, it's a huge, it's, if you go to Calcutta, you will see, it look like ocean. Like if you go to Michigan, you will find Lake Michigan. If in Chicago also, if you go to, first when I came, first time when I went to Chicago, and I was standing next to Lake Michigan, it will have waves also, so big. So I took a picture and sent to people, I'm next to the ocean shore. Where? Chicago. What? Chicago mein kaha hai ocean shore? Seashore kahan se hai? So Ganges also, if you look at if you go to Calcutta, as you cross that, what is that bridge? Howrah Bridge. One should have an experience of Howrah Bridge. It's better to get into the river and cross than go through the Howrah Bridge. Horror bridge it is. Unbelievable. You cannot easily cross that. So crowded. They have some 8 different vehicles in that very. Tram is there, bus is there, car is there, van is there, cycle rickshaw is there, Jatka is there. Then you have, what else you have? Auto rickshaws are there. Bus is there. Same place, which is from there to here, that's it. Meaning the width. Some people, and the other side is the railway station. Calcutta is this side, the railway station is in Howrah. Many times I jumped into the water, go in the boat and reach there. Then you go faster. Anyway, so this is like a huge ocean, lake. So he wanted to cross, and then as he was going, that boat was being, rowing was done by the young lady, and she had the smell of fish. And at the same time, she was so, elegant and beautiful. So he got enamored by her. That is our Parashara. So then it looks like, the story goes that they had a child born in the middle of the island, in the middle of this very ocean or the Ganges, and they reached he created an island out of his power, and the child was born in that island. Therefore, she was dark in complexion. Therefore, he also had dark complexion, Krishna. And because he was born in Dvipa, he's called Krishna Dvaipayana. That is the actual name of Vyasa. Krishna Dvaipayana. Ayanam means, one meaning is abode. Another meaning is path or road. So, Krishna Dvipa is the Ayanam, abode. Because he is dark in color, therefore Krishna Dvaipayana, his name. It's like Ramayana, one meaning is Ramasya Ayanam, and Ramayana also, the Ramayana is the abode of Rama. Bhagavan Rama resides in that. Narasya Ayanam, Narayanam. Narayana means one whose abode is Nara. Naram Yasya Ayanam. One whose abode is Nara, therefore is Narayana. So Ayana is the word, that's for the Dvaipayana. Now, so Vyasa was born there, and eventually Parashara, so the Parasharya Vachasaroja Mamalam. Parasharya. He is also, Vyasa is known as Parasharya. Parasharasya Putra Parasharya. And as you all know, that he was the son of Shakti. Shakti is the name of that fisherwoman. Later on, she married to Shantanu. And Shantanu gave birth, Shantanu's wife, she gave birth to two boys. Remember the name? Vichitravirya and Chitrangada. Chitrangada died, and Vichitravirya, he had married with the help of Bhishma, two of them, Amba and Ambalika. So Amba and Ambalika and Vichitravirya could not give birth to children, and then so the children, the sons are necessary for the ruling of the kingdom. So at that time, the mother said to Vyasa, he sent word to Vyasa, please come, we need your help. So he, because of Vyasa and Amba, their child is known as Dhritarashtra. And Ambalika's son is Pandu. So now you see, so both Dhritarashtra's sons and Pandu's sons are in the war. Whose children are they? So whose children are they? Huh? Vyasa's. So he actually cannot take sides. Isn't it? His own offsprings are fighting with each other. Now, which side he will go to? That's a Madhya. The one meaning of Madhya means he has to be middle. He cannot take sides. So you have to be objectively looking at the situation here. Because both are his own. Dhritarashtra Putraha and Pandava Putraha. So both are his own offspring, meaning grandchildren. So obviously, they are to be looked at by him with the same eyes, without taking much side. But whereas Dhritarashtra says, Mama Putraha, first two verse itself he says, right? What does he say? Dharmakshetre Gurukshetre Samaveda Yutsavaha Mahamaka Pandavas. That is where the fault starts. When you take sides, you cannot be objective. Whereas Vyasa was very objectively looking at it. Both are my own grandchildren only. These are all Dhritarashtra Putra, these are Pandava Putra. Obviously, both are my children only. Now it is said that Vyasa is considered as the Mahakavi. When he was thinking about writing about Dharma, and he had contemplated, this will come in Adi Parva Mahabharata, first Parva itself. So where Brahma appears in front of him and said that, here I will quote here, Sangshepa, Sangshepena tihasasya tato vakshati vistaram vistiryetan etan mahajnanam rishi sangshipya chabravid. An idea, a thought, or a concept can be elaborated. That is a skill. A small concept, one who elaborates it and explains, that is called itihasa. And the same idea can be abridged and put it, that is called jnanam. So Vyasa is capable of elaborating everything as well as putting everything in a nutshell. That is why it is said, Sarva Upanishado Gavo, it is called, the Gita is what is known as the essence of Upanishads. If Upanishad is considered as the cow, the Gita is the milk. Upanishad Saram eva Gita. So even though in Itihasas he might have written everything so elaborately, but when it comes to giving the very essential teaching, he could put it in few words. This is the ability of Vyasa. Therefore, asya kavyasya kavayona samartaha visheshane kavyasya lekan arthaya ganeshaha smaryatam mune. This very kavya that you are going to write, because Vyasa is thinking, I am having everything in my mind, but by the time I start to put it in writing, I will probably lose my thoughts. So it often happens to many people, when they, they have so many ideas in their mind, but if you ask them to put it in writing, they are afraid. They said, no, when I start writing, I may look for words. In the process, I will lose my current of, stream of thinking. So therefore, he says, Asya kavyasya kavayaha na samartaha visheshane. There is nobody who can compare what you can provide to this world as kavya, but kavyasya lekanarthaya. For you to get that into writing, Ganeshaha smaryatam. Think about Ganesha. Sarva vignaharaha. He will come to anybody's rescue who is doing the right thing. Any obstacle on the way, he will stop. So therefore, think about it. Smrdamatro Ganeshanaha Bhakta Chintata Purakaha. Bhakta Chintita Purakaha Ganeshaha. Smrtamatraha, immediately as soon as he thought about it, Smrtamatro Ganeshanaha Bhakta Chintita Purakaha Tatra Ajagama. At the very moment he appeared there, Vigneshaha Vedavyaso Yatastitaha. Wherever Vedavyasa was there, he was standing there. Pujitas Chopa Vishtasya Vyasenoktatadanaga Lekako Bharatasya Bhavatvam Gananayaka. Hey Gananayaka, Lekaha Bhava, Lekakaha Bhava. May you become the writer of this. Bharadasya Asya, Asya Bharadasya Mahabharadasya Asya Lekaha Bhava Tvam Pujitascha Upavishtascha Vyasena Uktara. So, by one who has been properly worshipped and properly treated after having sat there, Mayeva Prochamanasya Manasa Kalpitasya cha. Whatever I am saying, whatever I am thinking, you should be able to put it down in writing. As I said, by the time it turns into words, the stream goes away, stream of thoughts. So therefore, as even I'm thinking, you should be able to write. Shutva ye dat praha vigneshaha yadi me lekani kshanam. If you want me to write, as even as you're thinking, I will do it. Likato na avatishteda tatasyam lekakohyam. But you should not stop. You should not stop either communicating with me by words or in your mind. You cannot stop at all. Vyasa api vachatam devam abuddha malika kachpachit. So then Vyasa also very intelligent said, okay, as even I am communicating by the mind, you write, but without knowing, thinking, you don't write. Meaning, whatever you are writing, you should have thought about it before writing that. So that gives a time, no, for him to think further. If you stop, Ganesha said, if you stop, I will leave it and go. But he said, okay, I will, whatever I say and communicate to you, you should not write a word which you have not thought about it. Meaning, every word I say, you should think and then write. So this way, they have an agreement. Om ityuktva ganeshopi babu vakila lekakaha. Om, let it be so. In this way, then he became the writer of this. It is said, Sarvagnob Ganeshaha yat kshanamaste vicharayan tavachakara vyasobi slokan anyan bahunavi. As even whenever Ganesha little paused and started to think what he's saying, he started creating more and more. So this is how the whole of Mahabharata was written. So this is the beauty of the Bhagavad-Gita, which is which is coming as a part of the Mahabharata itself. That is why Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pulla Ravindayata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalido Jnanamaya Pratipaha. Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe. Interesting is, Vyasa means to compile, but his mind is Visala. Vishala Buddhi. Vishala Buddhi means what? A mind which is wide, all-inclusive, all-comprehending. So, if you look at Mahabharata, it is said by many scholars, what is not there is not there anywhere else. Meaning everything is covered. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, all the Chaturvida Purusharthas are covered there. 100,000 verses. And just imagine 100,000 verses to write. Think, 1 lakh, 100,000 verses. 100,000. That many verses. And so he had elaborated upon all the characters of Mahabharata there. Namostude Vyasa Vishala Buddhaye Pulla Aravinda Ayata Tala Aksha Ayata Patra Netre. His netra is Pulla Aravinda Ayata Tala Ayata, like that of the fully blossomed lotus leaf, the petals. Ayata Patra. As you all know, that even though as the Aravinda, the lotus grows in the water, it never is affected by the water. Which is to say, even as he was writing Mahabharata is none other than his own grandsons, about his grandson, but he was not affected by any one of them. Whoever won, whoever lost. Whatever happened, objectively he was looking at it. It's like that of the lotus sitting in the water, remains aloof. Yena tvaya bharata taila purnaha prajwalitaha jnanamaya pradipaha. Bharata Taila Purnaha. If you consider Mahabharata as the receptacle of oil, full receptacle, a patra full of oil, Tvaya, by you, Ena Tvaya, Bharata Taila Purnaha, the whole vessel of oil, with your knowledge as, your words as the very wick, is beautifully illumined. Meaning what? That knowledge light is constantly being supported by the whole story which you have brought in with like oil. So this is a beautiful comparison. That's why Bhagavan Krishna said in 10th chapter, Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam api aham Vyasaha. Among my glory, if I want to tell you, Krishna says, among the Pandavas I am you, Arjun, and among the Munis I am Vyasa. Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave, Namo Vai Brahmanideye Vasishtaya Namo Namah. So he is considered as the Vishnu Rupa, Bhagavan's Rupa only. So this way, is Paarthaaya-pratibodhitaayai Namah, then Vyaasena-grathitaayai Namah. So he is none other than one who compiled the Mahabharata, and that's why we consider, Guru Purnima day, we actually do Vyasa Purnima. It is Vyasa who had not only given this kind of Puranas, Itihasas, 18 Puranas, and Bhagavatam, and also in Vedanta he had done the Brahma Sutra also. Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad-Gita, and he only compiled Upanishad. Therefore, what is known as Prasthana-trayi, the three important documents of knowledge as per the Advaita Vedanta is concerned are Upanishads, Bhagavad-Gita, and Brahma Sutra. All the three are them. So it is said that Bhagavan Shankaracharya, when he started to comment on the Brahma Sutra, he wrote a commentary on that, his own notes on Brahma Sutra. But who will validate whether it's correct or not? So it is said that when he was sitting and writing and he was thinking about it, one old man was walking into that very gufa or the abode where Shankara was sitting and writing. And he said, okay, tell me explanation on the first Adhyaya. So see, it started on Adhyasa Bhashya as introduction to Brahma Sutra. And then he started the first, it's called Chatusloki. Chatusutri, he started to explain the Chatusutri, the four important sutras. So he looked at it, he listened to it, and then closed his eyes and you did the right thing and disappeared. So it is said Shankaracharya had the vision of Vyasa. Vyasa came to validate it and disappeared. So that is the reason why Vyasa is considered as the foremost among the teachers. Though Sadashiva or Vishnu, so it started from him, but who made sure that it is available to the people? Because when Vedas are first transmitted, it was not in a book form. It was only heard by the students from the teacher, and they passed on. But Vyasa did the first documentation of the whole thing, without which we would now lost it. Because so many other changes that took place in Bharatavarsha would have destroyed the knowledge. But he made sure that it is all preserved. And that is the great job or great work, contribution Vyasa has done for all of those who are seeking knowledge. Therefore, we are ever indebted to the great Vedavyasa. Vyaasena-grathitaayai Namah. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. Thanks to Atiti and Aishwarya. The bhajan.